Now on BBC One Scotland, the news and sport with Martin Lewis.
The Prime Minister says she will stick to her chosen course and fight every inch of the way for a fourth term in Number 10. She tells Conservative MPs to keep their nerve, as two new by-election opinion polls suggest Labour is at least 26 points ahead. And against the odds, Scotland take the Grand Slam, the Championship and the Triple Crown. Good evening. The Prime Minister has hit back at critics of her leadership and her policies. In an interview in tomorrow's Sunday Express, she said rumours of Tory rebels plotting to oust her were greatly exaggerated, and she promised to fight every inch of the way to stay in power at the next election. With two new local opinion polls suggesting Labour's lead has grown to 26 to 28 points in the run-up to next week's by-election, Mrs Thatcher acknowledged the unpopularity of high mortgage rates and the poll tax. But, urging Conservatives to keep their nerve, she said the right policies often had two effects: in the short term difficult, in the long term beneficial, and they had to have the courage to stick to it.
There were marches against the poll tax across the country today, this one in the Midlands. There was some damage and 17 arrests in Colchester in Essex. There was a peaceful rally in nearby Basildon, close to the site of the start of the peasants' revolt against the medieval poll tax 600 years ago. Labour's environment spokesman Brian Gould told the crowd the poll tax is unfair and unworkable, and he said it'll add to the Chancellor's problems in the budget.
The Chancellor, I think, will very much have in mind the fact that the poll tax will have put up inflation by perhaps a full 1%, and that many people, even if they're persuaded that the budget is neutral in tax terms, will conclude that they've nevertheless had a substantial increase in their overall tax bill because their poll tax bills have gone up so sharply.
The pre-budget ritual began today with the Chancellor keeping the traditional weekend appointment with the photographers. Apart from declaring a factory extension open, John Major kept his mouth shut. In Tuesday's budget, he has the hard task of dampening the economy down, tightening the screw, while reassuring Tory backbenchers that things will get better again in time for the next general election. Some are now openly calling on the Prime Minister to go. A Moray poll in mid-Staffordshire for the Sunday Times records a 26-point gap between Labour and the Conservatives for the by-election on Thursday. 962 people were polled. And there's a 28-point lead in an NMR poll of 700 electors in the Independent on Sunday. But the Prime Minister is not in a resigning mood in an interview with the staunchly loyal Sunday Express. She says she'll fight every inch of the way and indicates she would seek to stay in office throughout a fourth term if she won the next election. She doesn't believe MPs are plotting against her.
Any party as large as ours,